Hello and welcome to Chapter 4, the Dagesh. Let's work a couple of examples here. Main points to remember are that the Dagesh Lene must be in a Begad Kifat letter and preceded by the absence of sound. So either at the beginning of a word or in the middle of a word preceded by a silent schwa. So Dagesh Lene will be in a Begad Kifat letter preceded by the absence of sound. Anything else is going to be a Dagesh forte, even if it also occurs in a Begad Kifat letter. So let me show you a couple of these. And I've got to get to my example. Here it is. So let's choose a different color and get to work here. We first see we have two Dageshes, so hopefully you recognize those little guys here and here. I missed the original dots, but that's okay. You can see them. And in the first one that I'm going to come to, in the Kof right here, we have a non-Begad Kifat letter, so we don't even have to think much about it. Dagesh forte right there. Remember, the Dagesh forte is what we would call a doubling dot, and so it in essence represents two consonants. But Hebrew won't write the two consonants together, it just puts the doubling dot in there. The next Dagesh that we come to is this one here. We do have this Dagesh in a Begad Kifat letter, so we have to ask the question next, is it preceded by the absence of sound? And in fact, it is not preceded by the absence of sound. We have the kibbutz short vowel here, and so this also then is a Dagesh forte. Okay, again, criteria for a Dagesh Lene is Begad Kifat letter preceded by the absence of sound. Anything else is a forte, and that's what we have here is two Dagesh fortes. So if we divide this into syllables, let me erase a bit here. Oops, wrong tablet. Good. Get my eraser out and get rid of some of this. If we divide the syllables here, we have to take into account these Dagesh fortes. And we have to take into account that this word actually represents something like this. Let me see if I can get this lined out for you. Yeah, look at those Dagesh fortes. So this word actually represents something like this. Nikud. Yeah, look at that. So here you've got Dagesh forte 1 that jumps in the Kof, Dagesh forte 2 that jumps in the Dalet. Now again, these are theoretical consonants that are represented by the Dageshes. They don't actually exist, but you'll notice here that if we get rid of those, you end up with the word that we're looking at. So we do have to, when dividing syllables, take those Dageshes into account as if those consonants existed. And here is how we do that. First off, we're going to get rid of all this stuff. What we're going to do is loop these Dagesh fortes. Same concept here. We're going to start from the back of the word and move forward. Find our first vowel. We have this Hirik Yod combo right here, and we're going to make our cut after that. You're going to be tempted to make this cut straight through like that. However, this is where we need to come in and take account of the Dagesh forte. What I want you to do is to loop it like this. Once you loop it, I want you to go ahead and close that syllable. Loop it and close it. Remember that silent schwas close syllables, and so if that Dagesh forte represents a silent schwa, then we're going to close it. Okay. Next one, we're going to find the vowel, find the consonant it goes with, make the cut. Again, don't forget to loop the Dagesh forte, close the syllable. Okay. This syllable at the very end, as we just keep dividing syllables out, you got the accent here. Okay. And this one also is closed because it ends in a consonant. So we have three closed syllables here. Again, check yourself. Three vowels. 1, 2, 3. And back here we have a closed tonic syllable. Here we have a closed pre-tonic syllable, and then we have a closed pro-pre-tonic syllable. Okay, so there's that example. If you have questions on that, shoot me an email. Let's work one more here. Wow, another big one. This is great. So, got a lot of dots here. Let's look at this one first. Very good. We have here a Begad Kifat letter, and it is preceded by the absence of sound. There's nothing in front of it. So that one's going to be a Dagesh Lene. It meets both of our criteria for a Dagesh Lene. Next one in line, here, the next Dagesh, we have a non-Begad Kifat letter. We don't even have to think about it, right? Dagesh Forte represents the doubling, okay? Finally, we have here I say finally, there's another dot in the middle that we're going to have to account for. But here we have another dot in the Tav. The Tav is a Begad Kifat letter. It's the T at the end, Begad Kifat. And this time it is preceded by a Shva. The question is that a silent Shva, and that Begad Kifat letter is preceded by the absence of sound? Or is it a vocal Shva, and that Begad Kifat letter is preceded by sound? If you remember the Shva chapter, we have single Shva in the middle of a word. We look to the preceding vowel. If it's a short vowel, it equals a silent Shva. So this indeed is a silent Shva, which means that Dagesh in the Tav is preceded by the absence of sound, namely a silent Shva. Doesn't that make sense? And so what we're going to do with this one then is a Dagesh Lene as well. Okay. Now here's the final one that we need to account for. The question is that a Vav with a Dagesh Forte, or is that a Shurik? And hopefully from chapter 2 you remember that this is a Shurik. The Tav does not have a vowel or Shva with it, therefore this Vav must be a Shurik. It must be the vowel for that Tav. So there's that one. So let's go through and divide syllables with this little guy. Let me choose a different color to kind of help you see it. Let's go yellow. How about that? Start from the back and work forward again. Find the first vowel, consonant it goes with, make the cut. Vowel, consonant, and this time we are going to cut this one. Okay, Begad Kifat letter. Here, that's a Dagesh Lene. We don't have to loop it, okay? And you can confirm this because silent Shvas close syllables and end them. If we make our cut right here, then we have a silent Shva ending the syllable. Everything's happy and nice. Next, we're going to get to the vowel here. Again, Shvas do not count as vowels. When we get to this vowel and the consonant it goes with, we're going to make the cut, but keep in mind we have a Dagesh Forte, so we've got to loop that bad boy and then close that syllable, okay? We don't loop anything else from here on out. Again, we have a Dagesh Lene at the front, so it doesn't matter. The tonic here actually is designated for us, okay? So we're not going to just automatically jump to the final syllable. The tonic here is actually the Tav Shurik. And this is open, so it's open tonic this time because we end in a vowel. Here we have another open syllable. This one is after the tone, so it's a post-tonic. The syllable with the silent Shva in it is closed as well, and pre-tonic. And then we, look at that, I got a text. And then the next syllable then is closed. We already closed it because of the Dagesh Forte, and it is going to be pre-tonic. So there are a couple of examples with Dageshes. I hope those are helpful. Let me know what questions you have.